An elderly woman is 5.5 hours away from home. Other than her husband, there are no friends, no family. It's Easter week. And she has just been admitted to a local hospital with a life-threatening illness. There is some uncertainty whether she will survive. One phone call, one, was all it took. And the pastor of a local church in that area came to that woman and her husband with Holy Communion and prayer and the presence of God. If you asked that woman and her husband, they will tell you that that visit contributed to her healing as much as the strongest antibiotic. The Word became flesh and lived among us. Too bad the television channel didn't cover it. A middle-aged woman begins again chemotherapy treatments. With one difference from all the other treatments, her husband is not with her. He's on a mission trip. He's on a business trip in the Midwest. 18 months. And he's never missed one of them. Somewhere in the middle of that chemotherapy treatment, the middle-aged woman looks up and through the door walks all three of her sons. As if to say, Dad's not here. But we are. You ask that woman, and she will tell you that she saw the Word made flesh that day as full of grace and truth as it has ever been. A young couple has just been told that their newborn daughter has Pfeiffer syndrome. Cranial and facial abnormalities, learning disabilities, multiple surgeries. It is a hill awfully high to climb. The woman, the mother, will tell you she gets a check in the mail from someone who she's hardly ever met, hundreds of dollars, from a year-end bonus check given as an act of Christian kindness. The mother writes that person a thank you note, part of which reads like this: "It's people like you who truly touch lives and make us believe." The Word became flesh and lived among us in the strangest of places. Folks, there is no birth narrative in John's gospel. No manger, no wise men, no shepherds, no pageantry of any kind. But right in the middle of John's prologue is this simple verse that is, in my judgment, the heart of the gospel. And the Word became flesh and lived among us, full of grace and truth. That's Christian faith in a nutshell. That's why this church exists. To celebrate and to share that message in that world. The message that Jesus Christ is alive everywhere to every human being. In a hospital room and a chemotherapy session and an year-end gift. In places and people and events you never expected. Hear me, folks. I don't know when, but the newborn Christ will make His presence known to you this week. Hear me, folks. I don't know when, But the newborn Christ will make his presence known through you this week. It's Christmas Day, the greatest day of the year, and it has become a way of life. Because that baby was born in a manger. Because the Word has become flesh. Share it. Live it. Celebrate it. Make it at the very heart of your lives. Because, Christian friends, Christmas and the gift that it brings would be such a terrible thing to waste.